What the fuck is up? This is season 1, episode 30, part 2. The video cut off. My phone said the phone was too hot because of the freestyles I was kicking. So it had to, my phone had to cool down. But anyway, I finished rolling up this blunt. So I guess that was a good thing. I got some time to finish rolling up. You guys are being so fucking annoying. Asking me to talk. You asked me to talk. You're asking me to talk. I'm from New York. When I hit the blunt, I cough. Alright, it's another flow that I've used in the past. But you're still in last, and this is another flow, but it's okay. Because right now I'm in the shade. So give me some more room. And, nah, I'm not even gonna say that. Alright, but yeah. So if you got a blunt rolled, it's almost time to light that shit up. Okay? Let me give you a couple more seconds to get everything settled and shit. And be ready to smoke. So right now, I'm about to smoke a fucking blunt. And then I'm going to continue living my legendary life. What did you think I was going to do? But anyway. This is just what it is. If you got a J, light that shit up. If you got a spliff, light that shit up. If you got a cigarette, throw that shit away. If you got a cigar, cigars are cool. You can light that shit up. If you got anything that's not marijuana, throw that shit away. I don't even want to fucking hear about it. If you got a vape, throw that fucking shit away. Okay? I would say just to fucking throw it as far as you can, but I'm not gonna support littering, so don't throw it, don't litter, okay? And I'm not perfect when it comes to that, but I am being more conscious of not littering. So there's that. If you got a vape, throw it in the garbage. And there's that. Sorry, pardon me. I have to throw something away. I know it can be irritating, but it's okay. There you go. What the fuck is going on with the weather? Like, I just got in my car and shit this morning, and it was like 45 degrees, and then like 2 minutes later it said it was like 54, and then now it's saying it's like 48 again. So I'm like, is there something wrong with my fucking car thermometer? And I'm talking about the outside temperature. But yeah, it's like, yeah, what the fuck? But it's all good. I'm on one of the most unique blocks I've ever seen in my life. I'll tell you why in 1 second. This is a fucking perfect block to smoke at. Alright, So the block I'm on is like, it's on the side of like there's like 4 houses on this block if you count the left and right side. And all, like, you know, none of the houses have the front facing the block that I'm on. So like I'm on the side of like 4 houses. And it's like, you know, that's the house that, you know, that's the kind of block you want to be on if you're fucking, you know, just like chilling. And you know, I'm going to say a million more times by the end of this episode, but it's okay because sometimes that's just how it goes. You know, so there's that. I said it again, motherfucker. So I'm gonna light this blunt. We're gonna recap. UFC 299. Let me light this shit up first. So UFC 299, great fucking fight card. It was a stacked card, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how many times. It's probably happened many times before, but I don't know how many times before that we've had 2 cards back to back that are this stacked. And I'm talking about UFC 299 and UFC 300. Because I saw the card for 300 and I was fucking hyped. I was like, oh shit, this is lit. And then, you know, I saw the card for 299 and I'm like, oh shit, back to back fucking fire cards. And for the most part, every fight on the card delivered. So, I'm not going to recap every fight on the card. But yeah, I don't know if I predicted this fight on the podcast. I think I deleted that episode. So let's talk about Gilbert Burns versus Jack Della Maddalena. So yeah, I predicted that Burns was gonna knock him out in round 2, but Jack won the fight by knockout. In round 3. And so, yeah, they said it was a knockout, but I don't know. I don't think he knocked him out cold. It didn't look like it, but I did see a comment that said that Gilbert didn't get up for like 10 minutes. And it sounds like kind of sounds like he was exaggerating. So I'm like, I don't know what to say about that. And see the full fight, so I can't say too much about it, but hey, congrats to Jack Della. I think he's a great fighter. I don't know if he's undefeated or not, but he's a great fighter, and I think he's on a good win streak. So let's see what's next for him, because he's making a case to be the next top contender in the welterweight division. So yeah, shout out to him. So Curtis Blades versus Gelton Almeida. Interesting fight. I've seen highlights of that fight. So in the first round, I didn't see it, but I heard the commentary. They said Almeida got like 9 takedowns. I think he set the record for most takedowns in a heavyweight fight. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, so he got a bunch of takedowns in the first round, and he didn't do much with them. And then the second round, you know, it's like someone playing UFC 4 or whatever, any of the UFC games, and just spamming takedowns. Pretty much, he just kept going for the takedown. And Almeida, he made a big mistake. He shot for a takedown. Blades stuffed the takedown, pause, and then so Almeida just he just like sat there, and he just held on to his leg and kept trying to go for the takedown, even though he wasn't going anywhere. At that point, you have to reset. And he definitely should have been more aware of this because he thought he wasn't in danger. Because usually when you go for a takedown and then you get stuffed, usually people don't get knocked out there. Because, people will throw like multiple punches just to like land strikes. But, I mean, Blades, he was throwing like big hammer fists. And, Almeida, he took a couple of those punches and he thought he was okay to just regather his energy and continue going for the takedown. But Blades, he just kept punching, and at some point he knocked him out. And so Blades won the fight, KO, round number 2. And so this is going to be interesting. Where does Curtis Blades' career go from here? Because he's been winning a lot of fights, but it just seems like when he gets close to the championship fight, he gets knocked out. And, I think getting knocked out by Ngannou, I think twice, really affected his chin. And so yeah, I hope the best for him, because pause, I'm a fan of him as a fighter. So he actually has great striking. He has, pretty good boxing, great wrestling. So let's see. Comment below. Do you think Curtis Blades can get past, the top 5 and win the championship? Because I think he has the potential. Will he do it? I don't know. I'm not going to predict if he will or if he won't, because I don't know. I think, clearly he has all the talent in the world to be a champion. So let's see where he goes. I know a lot of people are going to write him off because he's been knocked out multiple times by different fighters, but and some of the knockouts were pretty bad. So let's see. So the next fight I want to talk about, I'm going to skip a few fights, I think, is Song Yadong versus Petr Yan. Great fight. I gotta say, it was a fun fight to watch. So I think Yan won the first and the third. They were pretty close, but I think Yan clearly won. So a big part of Song's strategy was to fake the takedown, because Merab took Yan down many times in the previous fight, and Yan did bite on a few of those fakes, and so the fake takedown was working. But I think Song Yadong was pretty much going for the knockout too much, and so it seems like he couldn't get the right punch. You know, he like clearly he couldn't knock Jan out, and then whenever he did take him down, he couldn't do anything with the takedowns, and so Jan, like at some point, I think it was like the second round, Song just he kept pretty much like spamming takedowns. And so it was pretty obvious to Jan that he was going to keep going for takedowns. So he hit him with some mean uppercuts. I mean, real big uppercuts. You know? Could have knocked him out, but Song didn't get knocked out. And so, yeah, Jan won the fight. Let's see what's next for him because he's still in the top 5. And so I think he can get title shot soon. You might have to win 1 or 2 more fights. See how it goes. So congrats to Jan. So next fight, we had Kevin Holland versus MVP. And I predicted KO in the second round for MVP, but you know, MVP won the fight. I think it was 29-28. And so you know, although I predicted he would get knocked out, I do want to give a shout out to Kevin Holland because he's a great fighter, and so I still believe he can be a champion one day. I mean, he's such a great fucking fighter that, you know, I'm not going to write him off. But yeah, MVP, he was the winner. And let's see where his career goes from here too, because he could be just one more fight away from a title shot. And he has a great chance of winning the title. So see how that goes. I wonder who he's gonna fight next. The welterweight division just got way more exciting. Pause. I mean, MVP is a great fighter, very fun fighter to watch. He goes for the knockout. He doesn't fuck around. So let's go. Let's see how this shit goes. Fucking, you know, great fighter. Great fighters, both of them. So next fight I want to talk about is oh shit, is what was the next fight on the card? I believe it was Poirier versus Saint Denis, right? I apologize, I said his name wrong. You know, I usually don't apologize, but I do want to be respectful of people's names because I do want people to be respectful of my name. So, Dustin Poirier knocked out Benoit in, I believe it was the 3rd round, if I'm not wrong. 2nd or 3rd round, KO, and it was a bad KO. I believe Dustin caught him with a mean right hook. Got the knockdown, and then just hit him with the. He wasn't out cold, so you know. Dustin had to keep fighting, so he hit him with a mean right punch. Knocked him out. And I predicted Dustin would win by decision. You know, I didn't know it was a 5-round fight. And so, yeah, Dustin back in the win column. You know, he had a KO loss in his last fight, but it was against Gaethje, so it's like, you know, he lost to one of the best. Both are great fighters. And so I'm excited to see what's next for Poirier, because I think he's still top 5, right? So let's see if he can get, you know, work his way back is getting another title shot. I think he got 2 title shots, right? And he lost both fights, so it's rare that a fighter ever gets 3 title fights. But you know, if anyone deserves it, it's him. You know, look at how many fights he's had in the UFC. Many fights, and you know, I believe he's showed up to like short notice fights. So like, you know, he's a company man. He doesn't really talk shit about the UFC, from what I've heard. And so yeah, the UFC, they like people like Dustin. You know, he shows up. He always puts on a great fight. So there's that. Let's see what's next. And the main event, you know, I predicted O'Malley would win a decision. I actually predicted that it would be a close fight, and people would say that it was a robbery. But I did explain that was because, you know, people like Marlon Vera. You know, he's a great fighter. But I feel like Sean was just too quick, you know. I feel like Cheeto, he doesn't set up his punches or kicks as good as he should, you know. He doesn't throw enough feints. He doesn't make Sean think that he's about to really go for a strike so he could counter O'Malley's counter, you know. He's just waiting. I feel like his style is more to like wait until his opponent gets tired or is finished punching so he could counter, but he was not quick enough with the counters. So I think that's something that he really has to work on, him and his coach. And I feel like he could have wrestled more. You know, you gotta. I don't think he's taller than him, but he's kind of like more skinny of a fighter. So, you know, I feel like he had a way better chance trying to wrestle the whole fight and surprising him, because I guess Cheeto thought he was going to probably stand most of the fight. I mean, Sean probably thought Cheeto was going to stand, so he played right into his game. So, yeah, 50-45, Sean won. You know, another fighter that I won't count out is Marlon Vera. I think he's going to get another title shot at some point, but he's going to have to work his way back because he just lost, you know, 50-45. So there's that. So there you have it. Season 1, episode 30 of Is This What It Is? Hope you guys enjoyed all the episodes. I'm going to, you know, with everything in life, improve the quality of these episodes. You know, just I'm gonna try to be more consistent as far as upload times. You know, this whole fucking podcast started off as a joke, and 30 episodes in, 1 season in, and so let's see where this goes. I believe I've offered great insight on sports, you know, great I think my opinions are very unique because I play many different sports and I'm great at them, and I'm great at pretty much everything I do. And so there you go. Peace out, y'all.